What's going on, Jabronis? Welcome to another episode of Jabroni Sports.
Yay!
What up?
We got a full broat today. We got
High five, bro.
yeah, we got five bros hanging out in the broat. I am your host, AJ Firstenow. As always, you can find me on most forms of social media at AJFUERSTENAU. Joined today by
Brian, Silky Enthusiast.
Oh yeah.
On Twitter at Scotty262.
I am your boy Gonzo. I am on. What am I going to go with today? You can check me out on my Kmart shopping cart at Gonzo1323. You can see what I have on my wish list. Maybe grab me a gift.
Ooh, Kmart wish list.
To my right, we have. You ready for it? Hold on.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Johnny Pizza Time James.
What's up, pizza time?
At G Baby LaFleur.
And joining us remotely today, special treat for the first half of the show here, we have the one, the only, Trey Montuano. Hopefully.
Am I unmuted now?
Yes. Yes. There we go. There he is. All right. Hi, Trey.
What's up, Trey?
I'm just having or pizza time.
It's good. It's good to have the boys back in town.
It's kind of, sort of, yeah. It feels good.
We got, like I said, we got a full broat. Pretty exciting, and a big day, to have it too.
Big day. I mean, yeah, it was. Timing couldn't have worked out any better. Good thing Johnny's team sucks at soccer, so he didn't have to play today.
Say the timing could have worked out better because Woj keeping me up till 4 a.m. and then waking me up again at 7 was less than ideal.
Woj bomb.
Yeah, just like
Woj bomb.
Wait, you got Woj bomb set to notification alerts?
Of course. Yeah.
Okay, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
That's a good
I'm
idea.
gonna say I'm not an idiot. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe I don't want Twitter telling me when to check Twitter. Maybe I want to check Twitter when I want to check.
I'm with you, but I mean, it's nice to have if you're like obsessed.
Yeah,
I'm obsessed, but not yet.
like Woj's life, and if Woj is tweeting at 3:30 in the morning, it's something worthwhile.
happening.
He doesn't just like tweet out like, "Hey, Bulls rescinded David Nwaba." He does like that's not a 3:30 a.m. tweet. Okay,
How do you know?
you know he's because I have the notifications. We just discussed this.
Yeah, that's fair.
We literally just talked about
I
it.
just want to remind the people at home.
But
And Trey.
Yeah.
What up, Trey?
Uncle Trey Boat.
AKA Pizza Time's brother.
Pizza time, brother. Oh, damn.
All right.
We might have lost Trey.
Is Trey on mute again? Is Trey in punishment?
We might have lost Trey pretty
I
early
was
on.
still muted.
Oh no,
Okay.
I don't think so. Trey's just gonna be our dad.
Good to be back.
Yelling.
You guys are up too late.
What are
Sit
you
your
guys
ass down.
What are you guys doing on these things? What are you talking on the internet?
Go play Nintendo.
How do you know that? The Google? Like, oh shit. So how you boys been?
Been well.
Yeah.
Kawhi has kind of just rattled a lot of what's happening in the East right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's the only like superstar moving to the East basically that's happened, which is kind of cool. I'm excited. I don't know. I like it. It doesn't really. It doesn't make a ton of sense for either team in it, really, for me. But it's fun.
What if Kawhi just doesn't play, though?
I don't think there's any way that happens. I think there's like a 0% chance that he. Sits
I heard
out.
he's contemplating playing in USA basketball.
What do you mean? That's not one or the other. You play
No,
for an NBA team
just-
and USA basketball.
Just to show off your skills. Like, hey, I'm not gonna play this year.
To
But
showcase your skills, you play.
look what I do in USA basketball.
Well, if he wants to lose $20 million by doing that, I guess that's a hell of a stand to take. Good on him if he
He
can
can say
afford
he's
that.
still not healthy.
I don't think that would necessarily work. I think that'd be a pretty litigious situation. I'm not sure Kawhi wants to necessarily go that deep
Seems
paying
messy.
a lawyer.
Seems messy.
What
Yeah.
if he got hurt in the last USA game?
I mean, that's, again, possible. I'm going to say Kawhi Leonard plays for the Raptors.
Could the Raptors yet turn around and trade him to the Lakers?
They could. I don't think that happens preseason, though.
I don't
Right.
think. I don't know if it happens too, because I feel like you might burn a bridge if you're GM. Which, I mean, maybe I've heard the Toronto guy is not like long for his job, but It sounds like kind of a desperation thing, but
It feels like it.
yeah,
The Raptors are left holding the bag now, though, if he walks at the end of the year without getting anything in return.
which probably could happen. And I don't know if I'm like, I don't know. There's so many questions involving this entire trade. I'm glad we're gonna break it down a little bit, but
Well, here's the plan. Kawhi gets off the plane. Drake meets him, brings him to a party.
It's a good plan.
Welcome to the Six.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Six. They're trying to get Kawhi to stay. They have to have Drake involved.
That's 100% true.
but
Yeah.
Kawhi doesn't seem like he gives a fuck.
He's like, who the fuck is this?
Y'all can
Kawhi's the I don't like music guy. It's not gonna work on him at all.
You couldn't get somebody else. Couldn't get a TED talk for me.
I listen to books on tape for fun. Like, okay, all right, we can work with that, I guess. That's interesting. Yeah, I think the Raptors are going into it essentially almost conceding that he probably isn't there beyond this year. Anything else would seem foolish, but I also don't necessarily think that they gave up such a massive return that it matters a ton. Because when I first heard it, I was thinking that this deal was probably going to include multiple firsts. There's probably going to be OG Anunoby, a couple other of their bench guys, but they gave up DeRozan, Jakob Poeltl, and a first that's protected 1 through 20. And if they don't convey the first this year, then it turns into 2 seconds.
But they traded their best player for possibly a rental.
For sure.
And that best player is, like, I guess not quite an MVP candidate, but, like, he had his best year of his career.
How much longer is DeRozan under contract?
3 years.
3 more years.
3 years remaining.
That's tough, man.
3 years. Is it? Because we've seen how far this team can go, I think, and it was a second-round sweep. I don't like we bash teams all the time for staying in NBA hell, and I think we would have said that the Raptors are in NBA hell
As a 1 seed.
Yes. So when they made this move to really go for it this year, I can't fault them for that because there's no reason to think that they just bring back the same team and they're magically better than Boston next year. Kyle Lowry is going to be 34 years old next season. The window is closing.
I'm not arguing that. I'm arguing that the bag they gave up to get him is too much.
I don't think it is. I just don't think it is. It's 2 years of DeRozan you're giving up because you get a year of Kawhi versus a year of DeRozan. So you're giving up 2 years of DeRozan, making $60 million on a team that's probably not going anywhere. I think you go all in this year and then you start a rebuild in earnest in 2019, 2020.
Do you really think you have a shot this year? Because I don't.
I think they have a better shot today than they did yesterday.
Yeah, for sure, but that's still not that close.
So they were supposed to just sit with DeRozan for 3 years and keep getting bounced in the second round.
No,
and then
but if you're gonna blow it up, then blow it up. Don't trade your best asset for potentially nothing.
But if you're gonna blow it up, why not really go for it one last time?
What's the Raptors' end game here? It's not
because
winning
you're
the
not getting
finals,
past the
it's
Warriors.
Making the finals.
Absolutely, but that's successful.
That's what they're thinking.
That's the definition of
You
success
make
for
that
them.
trade. Hold on, you make that trade to get to the finals.
Yeah.
That's what
No.
they're. That's what,
What's
that's
the
what
point
they're
then?
going for.
What's the point of the other 29 teams being in the league right now, then? I can't bash teams for making moves designed to try to bring a measure. For the Raptors, a franchise that have never even been to the finals, making the finals is, by all definition, a success.
If I'm
It'd be a step for them.
Yeah.
the only way I would be able to run a team is either to be the absolute worst team in the league or competitive with the Warriors in that situation.
I don't think anyone's going to be competitive with the Warriors.
you
I
can't-
think trying to build a team with that is so flawed. No one else is supposed to try right now.
How geeked
I
would
can't
you
get
be?
behind that.
Unless you,
How geeked would you be if the Bucks went to the finals this year?
I would be ecstatic.
And they were going to get their ass.
They would
whooped
get
by the
swept.
Warriors.
They would get swept, and I would
How
consider it a
pumped would you
resounding
be?
success of
How
the
pumped
season.
would you be for those finals?
I would think it was I think it was an incredible accomplishment.
hey Johnny, don't you play to win the game though?
You play to win the game.
Sometimes the game's already played, though, man.
That's
It's
exactly.
over.
I can't look at it as this binary. This is the whole rings argument. This is why Boogie's going to the war, because we have this mentality about championship or bust, and that's not. I mean, that's fine if you want to have that opinion as a fan.
That's a totally different argument for a player as for a team. A team should be in a championship or bust mode.
So that
a
means-
player,
I disagree.
So you're saying that if you can't compete, or if you're not going to beat the Warriors, don't even try.
yes,
That's pretty much what you're saying.
That's crazy.
So
to me.
then nobody tries in the NBA.
Yeah.
There's no people trying because nobody's going to be
that's
as good
not-
as the Warriors.
maybe the
but there's teams
Maybe.
that potentially. You're telling me there's no way in God's green earth that if somebody got injured, that
Injuries,
the
yes.
Boston
Injuries.
couldn't beat them.
Injuries,
Yeah.
Even healthy, if something crazy happens and Jaylen Brown takes a jump, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, all those guys on Boston take a jump, that's a problem all of a sudden.
I don't
That
think,
is a problem,
Not,
but I
not
just-
for Golden State though.
You play to win
they
the
could-
game.
If
They
everything
could win a
clicked-
game.
If everything clicked, they could
Maybe win
they
two.
could
They could
potentially-
win two if everything clicks.
They could
Herm Edwards
potentially
to settle down over there.
Hold on. Are we just discrediting Kyrie?
I'm just saying the Warriors have a literal all-star team,
They do.
and
But-
we're hoping that these Celtics players take jumps to become maybe
No.
as good as the Warriors
I'm
equivalents
just saying,
already
if you're-
are.
Okay, but if you're in their situation, you're at a level where you're as close as you can possibly get, and you're still growing.
Sure.
You're not growing as the Raptors.
But not everyone can have that situation.
But that's what
who
you have-
else is in the same boat as the Celtics? That's it. There's nobody with a good situation that good.
Philly, if all their guys playing
Phillies
out.
isn't even that good. Phillies isn't on par with
Lakers-
Boston.
No, not on par, but they're on the side that I would say you're building toward. They're the half of the league that could potentially dethrone the Warriors.
So you have 25 other teams that you would think should tank.
I mean, unless you have like the Bucks are another
You still
situation
make money
where
going
they
to
have
the playoffs.
But the Bucks are a situation.
By the way,
That is a
Trey's
huge
talking
one.
to us if you can see him.
Yeah.
But there is a huge, there's something to gain if you're a Bucks because you want to get to the finals so you can help like Giannis and you can become. People are texting me, but you're a team that's trending in that direction. You have Giannis to build with for the future. The Bulls, they have plenty of guys to build with for the future.
These are all different. To me, this is apples to oranges, though.
No,
These
because
are all
you just
young
said-
situations. The Raptors, this is the core that they've had for 8 years. It's coming to an end, whether they want it to or not. Like I said,
But
Kyle
this-
Lowry's 34 years old. Like,
Kawhi's gone
DeRozan on
after
his
six.
own wasn't going to win you shit anyways. Like,
Correct, but if you had moved other pieces and tried to build around DeRozan, it's a whole different situation. You have a guy that you might not be able to build around.
but then they blow it up, which is what you said they should do anyways. And if Kawhi doesn't come back, then they trade Lowry and they blow it up. You're there, boom. You trade Lowry for a first, and you
But
start a hard rebuild.
why waste a year?
It's not wasting
You know
a year.
you're not that good.
Because there's an
You
opportunity
know there's
to
no-
make the finals. There's
I
an
don't even-
opportunity out there, and someone's got to
This
take
is
it.
as open as it's ever been.
LeBron's gone.
LeBron's
And
gone.
someone-
That's
they're-
the only
everybody's
guy.
going-
That's
You
the only
still
guy.
think you're better than Boston?
That's the only
There's
team.
no way you think you're better than Boston.
only
Maybe
team
you're
that
not, but
At least Boston's not in their head the way LeBron was. At least Boston doesn't own them mentally
I-
the way LeBron did.
I'm a person that believes that Toronto was not as good as their record was last year. I think Toronto was,
they played way too
They're
hard
playing-
in regular season games.
For sure.
but they're like, I don't think Lowry's that good of a secondary option. I don't think he's a guy that
He don't
can-
want it. He don't want it. Down the
No,
stretch, he don't want
no,
it.
he's always the guy. Oh, he didn't pass me the ball. I didn't have this. I didn't have that, and that's it. Who's the next guy you got scoring on
Lay
that
off
team?
the McDonald's. Come on, Lowry.
That ass is amazing. Huge ass.
It's
Trey
just
says to
not-
stop saying Toronto. It's LeBronto.
Okay.
I don't know if it's LeBronto anymore though. Now that LeBron's gone.
Yeah, that's true. 'Cause
still
he's
not
only
go-
going to see him
he's
twice.
still-
He's only going to
he's
see him
still
twice a
awesome.
year. Yeah.
By the way, Trey's still joining us. He's just
I
joining
know. I
us
saw that.
over chat message
First of all,
now.
thank you, Trey, for appreciating my pronunciation of Jakob Pertl. I really appreciate that. Kawhi drives a 2005 Yukon. Also, we have here on the text line. Oh my goodness! If it's Warriors or die, the whole NBA is obsolete. And yeah, don't say LeBronto or Toronto. It's LeBronto.
Hot takes.
So we got some.
Hot takes.
Also, hashtag We Are the North. Trey still believes that they are the North.
At least somebody does.
So if you have a core of young guys, you're not trying to win. You're still trying to tank.
No, I just
That's what
said. No, I did not. I said I just gave two examples of the Bulls and the Bucks are two teams that have young guys that are trending towards being a good team. They just need a few pieces.
Right. Every team basically has at least one young piece that they're trying to develop. It's
Yeah,
not
but
like,
the Bulls.
if you're putting a team together full of old guys, then yeah, lose.
But that's what the Raptors are doing, though.
they're still in contention. They're
I
still,
don't- I
they're
don't
still
think
a
they
top
are,
5
though.
team in the East.
I think
They're top three
They
team
have
of
a
the
better
East.
chance to
three.
beat
There's-
Boston than they have
They
to beat
got
the
better.
Warriors.
What are you talking about? The Raptors got better. They got Kawhi Leonard, who's a better player than DeMar DeRozan.
Yep.
Yes, I'm agreeing with that, but I still don't think
So
they're
if
that
you were
good.
first in the league in the East last year,
And what did that prove?
That
They lost to
LeBron-
LeBron. That was the
second on
guess
ball.
guess
LeBron.
guess who's
LeBron.
not guess who's not there anymore.
Yeah, LeBron.
You go.
Still, man, I don't think they beat Boston.
So you're saying right now the Raptors
I don't
should
think
bust
they
it
beat
up.
Philly.
Philly lost to like the crippled version of Boston in 5 games. I'm not putting Philly on a pedestal yet. I'm not there.
Kawhi beat LeBron. I mean, that's something that
That's
nobody in
true.
Toronto can
That's
say
true.
they've ever done.
Yeah.
I just think it's tough, man, for one guy
I
to
think
be
we're-
that important.
in my world, Kawhi's a top 10 NBA player. Like,
I know,
yeah.
but you don't get to keep them.
I know, but that's again. I'm saying like their ceiling this year is higher than their ceiling would have been any of the 3 years had they kept DeRozan.
Correct.
That's
I'm
how
not
looking
arguing
at it.
that.
And they're giving themselves the best chance to win
But
a
I don't
championship.
think they were
in this
that
window.
close last year.
It doesn't matter though. I think they're much closer this year than they were last year, or that they would be any of the next 3 years.
I just think if they had went to the Eastern Conference Finals, then I could be like, okay,
They have
now they
with
have
that
Kawhi.
core though.
What?
They have with this core. They've gone to the Eastern Conference Finals. They lost to LeBron in the Eastern Conference
Okay, but
Finals.
last year they were
2016.
the best version of them.
I mean, maybe
They had the best record. That's what
I think they were better in 2016, though. I don't think that last year was the best. I think
I
they
would
won the
probably
most
tend
games.
to agree with you.
I think they won the most games, but I don't think it was the. Plus, DeRozan was fucking dog shit in the playoffs. If we're gonna like talk, he was horrible.
He was benched in the playoffs.
Yeah,
he was
DeRozan
doing so bad.
fucking trash
Say
for
no
them.
to mid-range jumpers.
Yeah,
Say
exactly.
no.
DeRozan is like I like DeMar DeRozan, but he was an absolute mental
This
midget
year,
in
you're
that
saying?
series. Yeah, he was terrible in that series.
So
He shot
yeah,
like 30% from
I
the
just
field.
don't.
you get first in the East, you get better, bust it up.
Yep.
You want to bust that team up. That's pretty much what you're saying.
Wait, what am I saying?
You said
What are you
a
saying?
team
It's
that
time.
who is first in the East, who gets better. LeBron's no longer in the East. You think they should still bust it up? Is what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Like I said,
Let me put it in more layman's terms here. Why do we play sports?
Play
What
to
is
win
the
the game.
purpose? What
Who
is the
invited
purpose
Herm
of playing
Edwards to
sports?
this?
where did Herm Edwards
Why
come
do we
from? Yeah.
play? We play to win the game.
Pizza time!
Even if you have, like, you accidentally put together a good team and the players are just playing well, you can't send the players out there and say, hey, lose the game. And you can't, like,
No.
sit your best players.
But you could trade guys.
You can't, I mean, you can trade guys and then you
The
just...
return's always so bad in those now. Like,
Or you could just
the Spurs
play-
just got to like outside of DeRozan, the Spurs did not get. It's not a great package for a top 10 NBA player. A top 20 protected first and Jakob fucking Poeltl is not a whole lot of other
Well,
pieces. Like
DeMar
it's just
DeRozan's
not.
a pretty decent piece.
That's the best thing by a mile they got for a former first team All NBA player, Finals MVP, like a top 3 MVP voting guy. Like this isn't a like last year. I think
No,
it's
it's a
dulled our
horrible.
memory.
It's a horrible pull-in, but I don't think I don't know.
And the Spurs got that. Like it's. I don't know if I like it from the Spurs side either though. Like the Spurs are another. Like this isn't
They're
getting
just
doing
trying to
anything.
transition out of being one of the top teams.
The biggest
I
thing
don't
about
care.
this trade that
Work on.
I walked away with was, why? What's the point?
I know the biggest thing I walked away with was DeMar DeRozan's going to be really good.
I think he'll have a really nice year in San Antonio.
Yeah,
As,
yeah.
as,
Work with Pop.
Yeah,
as, a
he'll be great.
as a primary scorer in a pop offense, yeah, I think he'll play really really well there.
They could be fun with him and LaMarcus.
They'll be probably first round out if I had to guess
for
but-
sure, but it'll be
The
fun.
Lakers, Spurs, 4-5 seed first round matchup maybe.
Ooh, I
That'd
don't
be
think
kinda
they'll get
cool.
that high.
3-6. I don't know.
I got 7 or 8 for me for San Antonio. Like maybe everything clicks. Maybe everything clicks in
I
like
don't know.
fifth or
Is-
sixth. I don't know.
Are they going to let DeMonte Murray go? Or,
No,
no, I mean let him go as let him
as-
be the starter.
At this point, I assume so.
I don't
see
know
any-
if I could take another year of Patty Mills' solid play. That's all it
Also,
is. It's just,
by the way, hold on. I'm sorry, guys. The amount of blatant disrespect we've shown in this trade. Danny Green also on the
yeah.
move to Toronto. Solid spot up shooter, Danny Green on the move. Okay,
When the Spurs smacked the Heat in, what is that, 2014, Patty Mills, Danny Green, those
guys were
Boris
unconscious.
Diaw, these guys were just throwing up hook shots for free.
Boris
Making
Diaw-
every
they shot.
Boris Diaw played the best series of his entire
Shut
life.
down LeBron James. Pie-eating fat dude just came on and just said, no more.
The Spurs shot 48% from threes as a team in that series, which is mind-boggling.
That's not the best team I've ever seen win the finals, but they might have played the best I've ever
Yeah,
seen.
agreed.
Because
Because I remember just being shocked,
Whoa.
what the hell is happening? The whole
And
time.
LeBron was shocked. LeBron
Yeah.
couldn't believe what was happening.
And they would have beat him again if it wasn't for that Ray Allen three-pointer.
Allen, baby.
Ray in the corner. Yeah.
3-point Jesus.
But yeah, honestly, to me, like I said, I think the trade's weirder. Unless San Antonio knows Pop's retiring in 2 years, so they're like, oh, let's give him a couple more playoff appearances to pad the record.
Hammond. Here comes Becky
Like-
Hammond.
Trey wants us to mention Jacob.
Yeah, he's really into him, man.
Jakob. Man,
Yeah, we forgot to mention. You said we're sleeping on Danny Green. We're sleeping on
about
Jakob Peddle.
Yeah.
Pirtle.
who I do like, actually. I think he's going to be a good fit in San Antonio.
He will.
He'll also, because Aldridge was playing the center down the stretch for them last year, he won't have to do that. So he won't have to bang as much with bigger guys the whole time. So I think that'll help a little bit too. I think that'll be a good fit. But yeah, I don't like Johnny said. To me, the biggest I think I understand it more for Toronto than San Antonio. Honestly,
I would say I understand it more for San Antonio because if you're Toronto, this is a win now move because Kawhi's not going to stay.
The definition of win now, yes.
And if you're
Especially
the
in the wide
Spurs,
open East.
if you're the Spurs, you get a player who wants to stay probably. DeMar DeRozan's a loyal guy.
Spurs, you're just effed anyway, man.
Yeah, you're
West,
to
you're
get a
behind
player.
so many teams.
To get a player like DeMar DeRozan out of that situation is a good thing because DeMar still has years.
I think the bigger thing for the Spurs, and it's not necessarily built. I think DeMar has more reflipping value. Like if they do decide to rebuild in earnest, he still has. So even if they go through this year and it's just not there, like they're not close, they can still trade a DeMar DeRozan who has 2 years left on his deal next offseason, and they got a year to try it out and see how it looks.
I think all that is dependent on if Pop stays.
Probably.
If Pop is their head coach, they're going to be in win now because you don't know how much longer Pop has.
What if they don't make the playoffs?
It's a high probability. That
What if San Antonio misses the playoffs? Because
The end of a
how can
long,
you say you're in win now mode if you can't be one of the top 8 teams in your own? Because the Lakers are going to be improved, and that already pushes San Antonio to 8th.
Wait.
The Nuggets will be improved.
Tony Parker's a Hornet?
Tony Parker is a Hornet.
my God.
Yeah. It's a strange
Parker.
thing.
What's happening with the Spurs?
To
Hey,
me, I feel
Ginobili's still there, man. I'm still hanging on. I'm going to feel officially old when all 3 of those guys are done.
yeah, for sure.
yeah.
Like saw their whole career. You know.
I'm going to be washed as shit.
I just had one thought here. We wake up in a bizarre world. Michael Jordan's playing in today's NBA.
Yeah.
Is he DeMar DeRozan?
I think like a rich man's DeMar DeRozan.
Okay.
Like I think a very. I
Because you'd
think
wake up and you'd see him out there. Just who's this dude taking all these mid-range jumpers?
right. He would not be. He would be like an analytics, like just whipping boy.
No,
Be like, here he goes, taking more of those 18-footers, idiot Jordan. Nice job, dummy.
Except he wouldn't just disappear in the playoffs.
Yeah, that would. Yeah. Oof. Way to pump fake and then step in for a long 2, idiot. Like
Using the glass.
Twitter would be really mad at MJ all the time. Yeah.
Is that what the analytics guys
like
sound
nice layup? Fool.
Would he still be regarded as one of the best Steelers or whatever?
What do you mean? Like good at getting steals?
Yeah.
No, I was like best Pittsburgh Steelers.
No, Steelers.
Still for
What do you call a guy who gets steals in the
You mean a
NBA?
guy's good at getting
one of the best Steelers. No, that's Franco Harris, one of the best Steelers of all time. The Immaculate Reception.
You know who's underrated though?
Mean Joe Green. Yeah,
Jerome
Mean Joe
Bettis.
Green, that steel curtain. Oh my God, those Steelers in the 70s. No, because nowadays it would be Jordan's an idiot. He gambles in the passing lanes to get steals like a glory hound. He doesn't play
defensive war is terrible.
He doesn't play solid on-ball defense.
Can you imagine Jordan get caught on Snapchat and Instagram,
Oh,
like
man.
at casinos and shit?
He would ruin his game.
Jordan could not have happened now. Social media, Jordan would have been suspended for like 5 years. Like, hell, Jordan beat up a Filipino prostitute in a brothel over the weekend. Like, Jordan would be regarded as a wild knucklehead. Like,
Lost
be like,
$20,000 at MGM.
like, this guy's talented, but he threatened a casino dealer at gunpoint.
I mean, LeBron might not be the hero
Johnny,
we
go to
deserve,
Basketball
but
Reference.
he's the hero we need.
Yeah, LeBron is definitely the social media age's perfect, like best player.
I don't get it, man. I don't know how people have so much hate for him because
It's wild.
oh man, he's just nothing. What's the worst thing you ever heard about LeBron? He passes too much in the clutch.
This guy's
He's too nice.
He makes the right
I
play.
hate this guy. He had a TV special. He had a TV special.
7 years ago.
God, pretentious, conceited.
People really hang on to the decision, man.
That's crazy. I mean, has kids with all the same woman. You know, like
Yep.
never been in trouble with the law. The guy he's a philanthropic.
Yep.
I mean, he's
A full-on rapist.
I don't know. Like he's just. I don't
Great,
know how he
he's
catches
great.
any
What
shit.
did I see today? Or somebody tweeted like people that are still mad about LeBron for the decision are forgiving Josh Hader like 8 hours later. Like, well, he was a kid, okay. Oh, hey, let's take it easy. Like,
Anyone who hates LeBron is nuts.
I agree.
And they're basically racist.
Also, this I need to like. This is the last thought that I have on the Kawhi situation. This again, speaking of like dumb fans, shows the whole like, there's no loyalty in the NBA. Like, this
You
is
heard
another
Mike
like.
North on the radio the
Yeah,
other day, didn't
this
you?
is like another like. Oh, really? Because there's no loyalty from teams either. Because DeMar DeRozan loved being a Raptor. One of the only guys I can
I
ever
saw
remember.
someone
like,
tweet out one of the biggest the Blue Jays lost their biggest fan. And like showed him throwing out the first pitch and like
DeMar
in the
DeRozan
stands. Like,
loved being in Toronto. He loved that city. He embraced it. He was there for the long haul. he had been told at Summer League less than a week ago that he would not be traded, and then 5 days later got traded. So fuck off anyone who says, "Oh, players aren't loyal." Like, this is a business, and the team that you're on will stab you in the back the second that they get what they think is the right return. So take every dollar you can get. Go to the Warriors if you want to. I don't care, because it's a league run by people looking out for their own best interests. So the players should do the same.
Amen.
I just want to take a moment to put a little shine on somebody who's not doing so well right now.
Oh,
Carmelo Anthony.
What is Carmelo? Like, is he sick?
I'm just saying he had a bad year. He had a bad year, okay? Carmelo isn't on a team right now.
He still has like hundreds of millions,
He's still cashing those checks.
But listen, Melo doesn't get a lot of respect. But Melo was like, I think, the perfect example of what Kawhi could have done in this situation. And everyone would have been happy. Like,
buyout?
No, the Carmelo thing. I'm talking about when Carmelo was a free agent for the Nuggets. Carmelo literally told the Nuggets,
09 Melo. All right.
He was like, hey man, I don't want to play here anymore. Like, we've tried, no luck. I'm gonna be gone.
No dice.
We gave it a shot, but J.R. Smith's my second best player. So
can I leave? And they'll be like, you know what? I appreciate you coming in. We're gonna trade you, and we'll find a situation that works for everyone. And no one walked away from that trade upset. Like, Carmelo's going to retire probably a Nugget.
He also gave him like a year and a half heads up on it, too, which was because then they ended up getting Wilson Chandler, Danilo Gallinari. Like, they got a pretty good return. They stayed competitive for a while.
2 first, I believe.
Yep. So, like, it ended up being a good deal. Like, Melo got to do what he wanted to do. I think that's like the quintessential example of like an amicable departure.
Like, hey, guys, I want to leave. Can we make it happen? Like, why couldn't Kawhi do that? Why couldn't Kawhi give this, like, hey, guys, I respect the organization. Like, I don't want to be here anymore.
I don't think anyone will ever know. I mean, is Kawhi even telling anybody?
I just think, for my speculation, I think that, I think it was just too personal at that point. Like, I think the lack of trust that Kawhi had for the organization made him not want to do them a favor. Like, even if he could, I think that he just...
The interesting thing,
because Kawhi basically did the opposite. Kawhi kneecapped the Spurs about as much as he could. He's like, I want to go to LA,
and I'm not going to play.
I won't sign an extension anywhere else. So like the Spurs are like, all right, so we got two teams we can trade with. All right, like,
and he's not chasing championships either. You know, he's already got one in the back pocket, so he can do whatever he wants.
Yeah, he's got
some leverage in that way.
For a guy like still like in the like very heart of the prime of his career. He's got a fairly set legacy at this point already.
Maybe
like,
just
he went toe to toe with LeBron. I mean, at this point. That's a pretty good start to your legacy.
Yep, that's not bad. I hope he stops this garbage though, honestly, because it's like this is really detracting from like
it's a bad look.
It's played 5 games last year. He's talking about how doesn't want to play. Like, play it out, opt out, sign in LA if you want to next year, man. Like, it's not like they're asking you to go work in the coal mine. I'm sorry, like it's what your players' association collectively bargained. You become a free agent in 2019.
But why doesn't he just come out and say, I want to go to the Lakers?
I mean, he all but has.
But he hasn't.
He said he wants to play in LA. I mean, that's 2 teams. One of them's the Lakers.
Then why can't they make it? Why can't the Spurs make it work?
I didn't want to. I don't think they wanted to accommodate him because he kneecapped them. I think it got petty.
From where the Lakers are sitting there, we'll just wait 1 year and not give up anything.
We'll keep
Kuzma and Ingram
and have an amazing team in 2020.
Yeah. If he gave them that notice last summer, is it a different situation?
Yeah, but last summer they didn't have the debacle that they had this season with the injury.
Yep. I don't think this summer happens without last season.
Okay. You think the injury is the major cause?
I think him feeling like they were rushing him back, perhaps like their doctors were being less than truthful about his situation, his teammates coming down pretty harshly, Pop not really coming to his defense publicly ever either. I just think there was a lot there, and I think last season pretty much poisoned the well in terms of the Kawhi Spurs relationship. Yeah. And I think that's why Kawhi's a Raptor today, which is still weird. But
is this going to be a Rasheed Wallace situation?
That's so weird.
Flipped again before the offseason.
If anyone out there, anyone listening, has a Rasheed Wallace Hawks jersey, slide in my DMs on Twitter.
I used to have a Rasheed Wallace high school jersey, man. Oh, I loved that.
Ooh, high school jersey?
I'm pretty
nice.
sure it was high school, yeah.
Guys,
Awesome.
Trey really wants us to talk about the Bulls.
He wants to talk about.
Are you guys not reading his messages?
He wants
here?
to talk about the Bulls.
I thought we were going to go into the big 3 at some point.
Do we have a Davis Webb update as well from Gonzo? Do we have any more Giants backup quarterback talk?
Yeah, we'll get to that at the end of the show.
We'll save that.
I got
super
Davis
pumped
Webb.
for Birdman.
We'll save the Davis Webb.
Pumped, man.
We could try to get Trey back on the show if he wants to talk about the bull.
Talk
about
about
the bull.
because that's the other main thing I have today is Jabari to Chicago, which is in and of itself talking about the bull.
Yeah.
So,
Trey, type once if you're still listening.
bark twice if you're in Milwaukee. Trey,
Treybo.
Trey, are you there?
All
Once.
right.
Oh, he's listening.
All
Fantastic.
right, Trey, we're unmuting you, and you're live.
Uncle Trey.
Yeah.
What's up?
What's up, bitches?
So, Trey,
Let's talk about a bull.
let's talk about that.
Let's talk about the
We
bull.
got
Hey,
you here.
holy, come on, that's my catchphrase.
Let's
Why don't Trey talk about the Bulls? Like right now, you're on.
Spit hot fire.
go.
AJ spitting hot fire tonight, just
Oh wow. Well,
so you guys know.
That's nice.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah, what's he slipping you for that?
it's a sponsorship deal actually.
Is that they're going
They're
to play zero defense this year.
That is correct. Yes, the Bulls.
Highly excitable.
The Bulls' defensive strategy this year is we'll score more than you.
so what's wrong with that?
Jabari's on with that.
It got the Rockets to the Western Conference Finals.
Fair.
Rockets play pretty good
Lopez
defense though.
is going to be punching 3 to 4 people a night. And being so mad at the rest of
Robin's gonna go out there, get into a fist fight, and then Wendell Carter Jr. is gonna play the rest of the game after he gets ejected.
Man, I love that.
Robin Lopez is going to throw so many punches that aren't landing.
that are
Like
Jeremy
when he
Lin.
got
What?
the
Why can Trey only get 6 words out before it goes ding?
I like to think he's like doing a fadeaway. 6 buttons that aren't lame.
All right, Trey, your quality is not too good right now.
So let's
Trey,
go
turn
ahead
on your Wi-Fi.
Let's put that on the back burner. Hold on. The side note
I'm a
here.
Wi-Fi.
Is anyone else excited that we get to see the Lopez
I
brothers
was just gonna say that.
battle it out 4
Bucks
times
Bulls.
a year?
Bucks Bulls.
I-94 Classic.
What a battle! What a battle
man.
of the
I can't wait.
of the Bropezes.
The bro peasants.
Oh,
Yes.
Big time. That, I'm going to as many Bucks and Bulls games as I can.
Are
this
you
year
gonna wear
just
one
to
of the
see them.
half
The
and
show
half
needs to
jerseys?
go on an outing.
Only
What?
bad
Are you
part.
gonna wear a half and half jersey, half Brooke, half Robin?
I like both the Lopez's equally.
See, the only part about it that sucks this year is going to the games in Milwaukee won't be that much cheaper because of the new stadium.
Oh.
I say because they always used to be like, way cheaper to go, but this year tickets are
I
not.
might not even go.
Tickets are not very cheap this year. Yeah,
Have you looked?
Yeah, I've kind of looked into them, and they're going to be a little pricey. A little pricey.
What would you? What?
First of all, there's not that many upper level seats in general. Not to get into like a breakdown of the Bucks arena. all
No,
of a
come
sudden.
on. People want to
But
hear.
there's like, it's mostly lower bowl seats. Like it's like at 18,000 seating capacity, and
I
like
like that.
like 10 to 11,000 of them are lower bowl, which is like pretty large ratio. So that there'll be fewer
I know,
upper level
cheap.
seats, and they're more expensive.
I don't like going to a game to sit up in the nosebleeds. I'll just stay at home then.
Why?
You know?
I don't mind it. I like.
I want to sit down there and just be a little bit closer. I don't want to look at the ants.
See,
They're not
Look at the
ants,
ants.
man. Come on, man. I
That's
don't know. I
just
guess
how I
I'm
feel
cheap.
about it.
You guys sitting up in the racing section?
Always in the
Yeah,
Racine
I said about
section.
it.
Represent.
That's who can't afford the tickets. The people from Racine. So I got to sit upper deck.
It doesn't bother me at all, and also being at a game for the playoffs is way better than watching it on TV. Like playoff atmosphere is.
I was at Game 6, and that was
playoff
was
atmosphere
nuts.
is pretty hard to match. Like it's one of my most of my like top favorite sporting events ever are like Bucks playoff games. Just because like when the Bucks are actually in games that matter, like the Bradley Center's electric or was.
Milwaukee showed up and
Yep.
showed out for Game 6. It was rocking, man.
So, but yeah, I think kind of what Trey was alluding to, Jabari Parker, another questionable defender.
Yeah,
Talk about a bull.
Let's get to the Jabari Parker thing here.
Jabari signed a 2-year, $40 million deal with only the first year guaranteed.
Excellent deal
Very-
for the Bulls.
Yes.
Very good.
Give him
It
a
is
test drive.
a-
A little test drive.
It is
All
a
right.
Didn't know you could
definition.
do that.
We're about to test drive him.
Did anybody listen to Jabbar's interview today?
We can't
sure
talk
did.
about that.
Well, we
We
can.
have the rights cleared.
Oh, okay.
You got him, Johnny? Okay, good. All right.
I don't need to like give credit. I'll just steal the quotes here real quick. Give me a second. Yeah, Jabari was on a local radio station, we'll say, and made some comments when he was asked point blank about if he's going to play defense or not. Those comments were a little concerning. He essentially
Blowing him out of proportion.
he essentially said that's not his job, more or less.
Is it?
So he said, "I don't know, man. I just stick to my strengths. I look at everyone in the league. They don't pay players to play defense. I might argue that. I think that's half of what you do.
What about Tony
Defense
Allen?
is
What's
half
Tony
the game.
I
Allen's
think that's
last?
half of the game
Whoa.
is doing that. So They don't pay players to play defense. I'm not going to say that I won't, but to say that's a weakness is like saying that's everybody's weakness. Again, not sure I agree. I've scored 30s and 20s off of guys who say they try to play defense. Okay.
I mean, the best perimeter defenders that have no offensive game don't get paid, though.
Also, I'm not sure when Jabari says he scored 30s, and how many times has Jabari scored 30 in his career? I don't know that that's true. So he might just be blatantly lying there.
Pizza
Man,
time.
you don't know.
Put on those facts over
You
there.
don't know, man.
Maybe
Maybe
he scored 30.
Jabari Parker career high might be like 32 once.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
I bet he had a 40 in there.
talking about the pack, like the switching defense and the need to play positionless basketball. Parker said that scorers are going to score, and certain guys have a scoring average. No matter what you do, they'll still get that average. They pay people to score the ball, and I would hope that somebody scores the ball on me if they paid them that much.
Jabari's career high is 36 against the Rockets.
36? Okay. So yeah, there's a lot to unpack there. I
think oddly enough, Jabari, he said it really weirdly, but I don't think he's that far off base with what he's saying.
Okay.
I think he said it like a complete moron.
Please translate it for me, because I'm with you on the complete moron, but I'm not sure about the agree part.
I do not agree with this statement at all. This is like when we first got Jabari, I was like, okay, this is going to be good. And then he said, I don't play defense. It's basically what he's saying. It's like, okay, buddy, that's half the game. Can you please play defense for my team?
Like, I'm not saying I won't try, but like, I'm not going to try that hard.
He's just keeping it real, man.
You hear people say it all the
if
time.
Melo said that, you'd be like, yeah, of course. Even in his prime, you'd be like, yeah, we know Melo.
But Melo never did say that.
We just knew it.
Yeah, exactly.
So is this just a case of when keeping it real goes wrong?
That may very well may be. That's a good way to put it. Because you're not out there ever going to stop anybody. I always say you're never going to stop them. You're going to just try to limit people and try to just make it as tough as you possibly can. And he even said in there somewhere in that little blurb or whatever that you got to work together as a team. And this is a team situation. And Jabari's not the best, one-on-one defender. But if the Bulls can work together as a collective unit, the onus won't be on him to just stop one particular player.
My only problem with that is I think Jabari is a worse team defender than he is an on-ball defender.
The knee, he's still getting back from the knee.
Yeah.
You got to give him a little slack on that.
For me, it's just more his awareness. I think Jabari has really poor defensive awareness. He gets beat on backdoor cuts. He loses his man. He's not great at communicating when he needs help or needs a switch. Hey,
they got Fred Hoiberg to worry about.
They do. They have the defensive mastermind.
The
defensive mastermind, Fred Hoiberg.
Is he?
Renowned for his... No. He is
I thought he was a defensive...
He is like a 6 seconds or less, Chuck Threes guy.
Chuck Threes.
Yeah. But, I don't know. It's not the best first impression to make with a new team, I'd say.
Hopefully he's just a dummy on the mic and he doesn't really mean that. Because if you... Saying you don't play defense is... Not the best look.
It's not. It's concerning. Like I said,
I'd at least be offended as an NBA player. I'd be like, what you mean? I play defense.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, I would be offended as well.
Great defender.
If I made it to this level, I have to be good enough. There's a lot of ways he could have said it. That would be less eyebrow
Did you see my block and so and so?
Right. Yeah, that one game.
McGee's over here that's all I do is play defense.
I can barely catch the ball, but I can block it.
I just
Man,
really don't
if I
know
can
where
catch you with two hands instead of blocking it.
It's true.
Where do Bulls and Bucks fans land on the spectrum of how they feel about Jabari Parker? I mean, I've heard all sorts of different things.
Yeah, I think to try to summarize the Bucks fan base opinion on it is impossible. Because one of the biggest debates right now is basically Bucks Twitter versus Bucks Twitter. There's it's pretty much a house divided.
Why'd they let him go?
Yep.
Yes, they let him go.
Yeah,
$20 million a year? What are you, crazy?
Yeah, there's. I fall, I don't know, probably somewhere in the middle of the spectrum. For me, it's something I've thought about a lot since it happened. Basically game 2 of the Boston series, I accepted that this was probably going to happen. After I saw Jabari play 13 minutes in a playoff game, I sort of had come to terms with that this was probably coming. So,
I was beating the drum on it last year. They should have traded him at the deadline.
And this is where my feel I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed that for Jabari's sake that he had 2 ACL tears that limited. I understand it from the Bucs standpoint. There's not a huge list of guys that have had 2 ACL tears and came back to have a very successful career. You never really got to get a good evaluation of him because he never really had a full season under his belt while he was there. at the same time, it's horrifically disappointing that you basically got 4 years with a number 2 pick and have absolutely nothing to show for it now. And I think it's complete asset mismanagement. I think if you knew that there was a chance of this, you should have explored some trade opportunities, either the previous offseason or towards the deadline this year, because he would have been a restricted free agent, so you could have at least traded him to a team knowing the team who trades for him could match, that they could retain his rights. So by not doing that, and then also to the fucking dickhead move of rescinding the qualifying offer at the last second, basically doing like the Bulls a favor for no reason, because otherwise both years would have had to be guaranteed. Because as a restricted free agent, you can't sign a 1+1, but as an unrestricted, he can. So they allowed the Bulls to basically just like sign him to like a trial contract rather than forcing. It's from a strategic standpoint, from an asset management. Like the Bucks front office completely botched job. This
calls the shots in the Bucks front office.
I don't know what week is it.
I've been wondering that. I saw 4 dudes sitting up at a podium one time, and I'm like, who's in charge?
Is it Lazary? Is it Edens? Is it Horst? Is it Dynan? Is it Bud? Because Bud had some player personnel control. I think the moves they've made so far this offseason to me suggest that Bud is in control of player personnel. The Ersan and the Brook Lopez signing are both way more of a Budenholzer signing than anything the Bucks have done previously. Because Budenholzer he plays like sort of the Euro style. Yeah. He wants to stretch you out and shoot a bunch of threes. He wants bigs that shoot threes. Bucks went out and acquired 2 bigs that shoot threes. But I don't know. That's kind of part of the problem is I couldn't really tell you, and I don't think anyone outside of a handful of people in the Bucks organization could either.
Well, can you guys please answer for me because I haven't been paying attention. The biggest thought on Bucks fans' minds is Jason Terry, the Jet, coming back. Is he coming back?
I heard a rumor that he might be on the staff next year.
Yeah, I think he's openly said that he wants to be an assistant coach. Pretty much he wants to like retire and I'm an assistant coach like the next year.
Boom.
As long as he's still on the Bucks bench so he can get out there and wave the towel around, get the Bucks fans going. He's the best hype man in the league.
I think so.
Does that mean he wouldn't get a shot in the Big 3?
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
He can do part-time.
I mean,
it'd be tough. I don't think there's any active assistant coaches. I mean,
Big 3 might be too physical for him.
Bibby just did summer league though. He's not on an NBA coaching staff. He was just a summer league guy.
Bibby was in the octagon now.
I thought Mike heavyweight Bibby. Yeah,
dude.
Kimbo Slice Bibby over here. Like, rest in peace, Kimbo Slice. Sorry, that was in poor taste.
Hey, but I was just trying to make a quick transition into the Big 3.
Slick.
Go for it. Yeah, what you got?
I don't know.
We're going to keep talking about the Bulls.
I was just going to say, big shout out to Corey Maggette, though.
All right, Corey, that's our weekly Corey Maggette shout out.
Write it down. Yeah. We shouted out Corey Maggette. Yep. Last year, did we shout him out as well?
Last year?
Last week. Maybe not last year. We were doing this last year. We weren't doing this, so yeah.
I shouted him out.
Pretty sure our last podcast was last year.
It was not. I'm sorry.
Where have I been?
That's cryogenically frozen with Ted Williams.
Pizza time!
You've been watching full-length pornos.
Awkward pause.
So Johnny.
Oh yeah, what's up?
What is a realistic expectation for the Chicago Bulls this year?
A realistic expectation is
NBA
my highest.
I mean,
pretty realistic.
Watch out for marketing. Dirk 2.0.
NBA
Dirk
Finals.
2.0. There we go.
My the ceiling that I have, Matt, is making the playoffs. And giving a good showing in the playoffs. Maybe you don't win the series, but you give a team a run for your money and you showcase.
A run for your money?
I would run for their money. I would like to see the young guys get some playoff experience because that's an underrated thing nowadays. Playoff experience is huge for young players. I would like to see them make the playoffs. That's the ceiling. The worst is like bottom 5.
Would you rather get in the lottery again, though? Maybe
that's where I am.
Possible.
I think the lottery. If they can do it one more time, I think this is the year to do it.
I don't think they can.
I think the East is too bad to do it, but I think it'd be in their best interest to do it.
Is this the year where they're redoing the lottery, though?
It is, but I mean, it's just changing the percentages. The worst teams still have the best chances.
I know, but it's not as high of a percentage.
It went from like 25% if you're the worst to like 17, and then like slight adjustments down the board.
Yeah, well, I'm saying you can still be the 8th team, and you still have.
You have
this year you have a higher shot of getting the number 1.
You have a better chance if you're the 8, 9, or 10 team than you did last year. Okay,
right. So it's not that bad. Like you don't have to tank that hard because you still have a high chance of getting the number 1 pick this year, and you can be decent.
Have a 6% chance instead of like a 2% chance. Like slightly better kind of thing. I get it.
Yeah, and so
Bulls are going to be third in the East.
Third in the East. All right.
That's a bold prediction. Write it down.
I'll say.
Mark it down.
Would you like to wager anything on that bold prediction, sir?
Just went Skip Bayless on us over there. Just threw out
Shout out Corey McGetty. Bulls of third in the East. All right. Thanks over there.
We need somebody with hot takes.
I'm just trying to provide hot takes.
Serving them up like Little Caesars.
I don't know if I believe it, but
hot and ready over here.
I guess
we got pizza time and hot and ready, man.
We're the sauce bros.
Too much sauce.
We got to do a dance where we're both standing.
Marana.
It's a spicy meatball.
Oh God!
We are the only two
stereotype.
We are the only two Italians here, so
Excuse me. Sorry. Oh my God! I lost myself there for a second. Got lost in the sauce, you could say.
No, we get lost in the sauce.
Sauce
Johnny, you got to do the dance with me, man.
hey, yo,
It's an audio podcast. He doesn't have to do the dance.
No, because then,
they're dancing.
then we can put the GIF up on our Twitter.
dancing.
No one's recording it. How do we put the GIF up?
We can do it a million times. We're just practicing. This is practice, and we'll record it later and have a GIF. Johnny will get it all set up. Don't
we
worry.
do a remote recording, then we can just have you guys saucing over there.
Stirring the pot of pizza sauce, as per Italian tradition.
Pizza time! You gotta stir the sauce, otherwise it'll stick.
You're making a lot of pizzas too with like the motion you're doing.
Oh, dude,
You're making like a cauldron of pizza.
Need a lot of sauce, man.
it's a cauldron of pizza sauce.
I don't know.
Stick that he's jamming in there and circling it around.
It's like a boat oar. He's like just.
Oh, it's a paddle for sure. I'm making sure that all that sauce doesn't stick, man.
Can't have sticky sauce. No sticky sauce.
Wow, you gotta serve that up, man. You don't want it sticky.
Why you guys always busting out balls over here?
Yeah.
We got the pizza boys. Come on, man. We're just hanging out.
No, with a sauce bros.
With the sauce bros. You know,
You guys
we're
can't
hanging
even
out.
get on the same page with your nickname. I don't know what I'm supposed to.
No, it's sauce. No, it's Pizza Boys. No, it's Sauce Bros.
I'm the leader, Pizza Time James.
Well, you guys
No, I'm the leader, Hot and Ready Gonzo.
You gotta change your name to Hot Ready. No more big shooter.
No.
You can find me on Twitter at Hot and Ready 1323.
Hey, don't be giving out my fucking subliminal accounts.
Is that your alternate? I'm
yeah,
sorry.
that's a burner account, man. Why are you giving that out to people?
He's always tweeting himself from Hot and Ready like, hey, good point on Jabroni Sports PC, my man.
You're killing it on Jabroni Sports, dude.
Big fan, number one fan.
By the way, Johnny, every time I see our podcast name on Twitter at Jabroni Sports PC, I still always think politically correct. Every time.
I thought that's what we were going for.
We're gonna get a ton of like crazy right wingers like, this is what's wrong with this country. Even our sports are politically correct now.
Josh
Bunch
Hader's
of
gonna come on and leave us some bad comments, man.
bunch of snowflakes.
What a bunch of jabronis.
Oh wait, the Jabroni Sports handle was taken. So
Yes.
I went with PC. I mean, what would you guys have gone with?
Jabroni
Ned?
Sports Pod would have been.
Jabroni Sports 6'9".
Nice. Nice.
That's good.
Jabroni Sports 420, bro.
Blaze it.
That's it.
That's the brand right there, Pizza Bros. Yeah. Spark up and eat some let's go.
Hot and Ready 69.
I would have put a skull and crossbones at the end.
This has gotten out of hand.
This really has. We asked Johnny about his prediction on the Bulls, and that was a long time ago. Really, this thing has
Well,
gone
Johnny
off.
wasn't going anywhere. I was trying to.
What was his prediction? You wanted the Bulls to be an NBA hell again?
He said
AC?
AC. Yeah.
AC.
I care the most about the young players.
Oh, that's right. Before we got to there, you said the whole like, young players, playoff experience.
players.
Blah, blah, blah.
It was
I
very
think
like,
he
what
said
the-
you play to win the game.
Wasn't like the Eastern Conference playoffs like the counterpoint to that? Because like the Celtics and the Sixers basically had no playoff experience and they were fine.
Yeah, but that's true. But they're going to be better now with the playoff experience.
okay.
It's like a chicken or the egg thing
I don't
here.
think
Stats to back that up.
Yeah,
or-
There's two seasons in basketball. There's the regular season. There's the playoffs.
Wow,
This
thanks
guy
for
is
explaining.
just
Thanks for
cliche,
explaining
man.
that
Hey,
to me.
hold on.
Thanks for
There's
explaining that to me. Wow.
There's
There's like
words,
four.
ladies and gentlemen. There's
hold
two
on.
seasons.
There's
Groundbreaking
four.
shit
There's
here.
four. There's also the off season
And the preseason.
And the preseason.
Yeah, you
Fair.
fucking liar.
Fair, Hot and Ready 69. Fair.
I'm hot and ready 69. He's pizza time.
Gianni Pizza Time James, okay? That's what everyone calls him.
So, In the regular season, you only have a few games that like really have that big time atmosphere. The playoffs, you're playing. You got all the balls on the table, man.
Whoa!
You're playing.
Why?
You're playing for keeps.
Dude, if we were playing a cliche drinking game, I'd be hammered.
Hey, but
not that balls on the table is an actual.
That's a new one.
That's not an expression that anyone.
All your balls on the table. Okay.
Are we playing pool? Like, what is going on?
yeah, you got a full table. That guy didn't get nothing in on his break.
You're not high, Daddy.
It's fully off the rails. You gotta have all your balls on the table, guys.
You'd be the worst coach ever.
Sink the most balls, get the most points. It's easy.
If they give us an inch, we're gonna take 2 liters. Like, what are you talking about, coach?
So give us a mile, we'll take an inch.
Johnny will be huffing glue in the locker room like he did when he played shoreline soccer.
2 in the bush, 6 in the
Sniffing
bell.
markers.
Permanent markers.
Sniffing markers.
Have I told you that story? My first start in high school, I never started on the team. The coach comes back to find me, and I was being an idiot, and I was sniffing the permanent markers like, oh yeah, like making a joke. And I look back, and the coach is sitting there looking at me the whole time. He's like, you know what? You're starting today.
This is what Charlie Kelly from Always Sunny in Philadelphia does. On his break times while he's working at the bar.
Well, the only reason Johnny got to start was because he killed the most rats at practice.
Wait,
King of the rats.
So he got to be the starting striker.
what? Wait, what? Wait, you killed actual rats?
No, it's Always Sunny reference.
You're sniffing, you're huffing markers.
He sees me. He sees me huffing markers.
I think that he didn't decide to start him until he saw that.
Yeah,
he liked what he saw.
something.
Like this guy, he'll do whatever it takes.
Is this like Mad Max Fury Road when they spray their mouth full of those whippets and they go nuts hungry?
And I had the starting roles ever since then.
Starting from girls?
Starting gruel ever since.
Starting girl.
Damn, you get an extra plate of gruel when you start?
Get all your balls on the table, man.
All right.
Get them all on the table.
Come on, yeah. Go back to your horrible cliche-ridden.
Sometimes you got all the balls on the table here.
Sure, I try not to, but
So I'm just saying.
What if you have one ball on the table?
That's not good.
you need to get more. You need to go get
you
more.
don't have all your balls on the table then.
You got to go buy a couple more.
I really want to see the most important thing that I want to see from the Bulls this year is the young player progression. I don't care if you get last. I don't care if you get in the playoffs. I just want to see the players do better. And I do think back to my cliches. It's a whole different ball game in the playoffs. Obviously, it's a whole different ball game. And when all the
when push comes to shove,
there's 2 seasons, and we play to win the game.
When you got
sometimes the ball doesn't bounce your way.
You gotta have
a game of inches, guys. It's a game of inches.
Defense
You
is
win
half
some,
the
you
game,
lose
guys.
some.
But you live to fight another day.
You play to win the game.
Defense wins championships.
I'm sorry, Johnny. I'm sorry. It's too easy.
You got all the marbles in the bucket there when you're in the playoffs.
No, you just used it worse than that. Who puts marbles in buckets?
That bucket tips over. There's marbles everywhere.
Yeah, you don't want that. You don't want that to happen.
dumb.
Obviously,
There's no use crying over spilled orange juice.
That to happen. Obviously.
there's some teams right now.
Where
the
did Johnny
bucket of
get all
marbles
these
is-
Rickyisms?
Great.
There's some teams right now where the bucket of marbles is just spilled marbles all over the place. But there
Somebody's
are
gonna
those
break their
teams.
neck.
Looking at you, Magic. The Magic can never get their marbles back in that bucket.
Oh man, they've been trying to say Lashback.
It's so slippery though. Those damn marbles.
Did Aaron Gordon stay?
Yeah, Aaron Gordon. They signed him like 4-year, $80 million or something.
Oh, nice! What a
They
superstar!
signed him to like the Levine. Like, we hope you get better deal.
Fingers crossed.
Yep.
Levine's better than him right now, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Anyways, I think playoff experience is invaluable.
Oh, God, all right.
That's it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
That's it. I'm
Can
done.
I ask you a more specific question that maybe you can answer without like telling us like Goldilocks and the Three Bears?
I huffed and I puffed.
Which of the Bulls' young players are you like the most hopeful for? Because basically their whole team fits your description. But are there like a couple guys that you're zeroing in on?
Robin Lopez.
Obviously, I'm most interested in Markkanen's progression.
I think he's the most important piece. I think he's the most important piece of that team.
Definitely most important. I want to see Levine stay healthy for a year and prove that he can still play and even improve.
That's also important just because the contract capital sort of determines that is important.
Yeah. Chris Dunn, I mean, hopefully he can get a little bit better. I don't think his ceiling is that high, though.
No?
I want Chris Dunn to go to a week.
Him for that. There should be like a $5 bucket.
For real.
Stone Cold's podcast. You got to buy whoever's listening a drink.
Yep. Yo, cold one.
Oh wow.
Wait, you owe everybody? No,
yeah. So if you ever run to Stone Cold in the airport, you're like, Stone Cold, you owe me a cold one. God damn, come over and get your beer. F&A. Let's get a beer.
So we now owe everybody who's listening to Jabroni Sports a cold one.
You do
because your phone went off.
Oh wow. Well.
But
I think we're ripping off Stone Cold.
Yeah, what were you saying?
The Chris Dunn thing. I'm fairly high-ish on Chris Dunn actually.
Chris Dunn can get better, man.
Because I'm going to treat last year basically as his rookie year. He redshirted under Thibodeau, played like 12 games or whatever ridiculous thing it was.
He's athletic, man.
Yeah,
he's a playmaker.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say he's not. I don't know that he's not necessarily ever going to be like a great shooter, but I think he does enough other stuff well already to be encouraged about his upside, like down the road.
Oh yeah, I think that he can be a good player. I just don't think his ceiling is as high as Markkanen and Levine's.
Well, I think it's.
I think it might be higher than Levine's.
Yeah.
Personally, I think Levine's fairly is what he is. I don't know that what.
I mean, Levine's pretty good though. Levine's the best player on the team right now.
No.
Whoa.
I think Markkanen's the best player on the team.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think this upcoming year.
I think Jabari's better.
Listen, no, Linda, honey, listen. I think this upcoming year
Linda, honey, listen to me.
Levine's gonna be better than Markkanen.
I think
other way around. This upcoming year,
I think this next year it's for sure going to be Markkanen by Markkanen.
Yes, but I'm saying last year
ripped in the offseason.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's photoshopped or not, but dude looks like he's been hitting the gym.
If it is photoshopped,
haters say it's photoshopped.
That's
haters will say that.
He's got a really good editor. If it is photoshopped though, because
it's Johnny. Have you ever seen his memes?
Classic.
Top of the line.
I don't use Photoshop. I use GIMP though.
You want to shout out? You want to shout out your memes? Your meme game?
Yeah, find me on Lord of the Rings memes, the subreddit.
You just lost us all our followers.
You forced my hand.
Pizza time! You could have said, nah, I'm good.
Pizza time. Oh, what a goof.
What a fucking goof. But, I don't know. I just think that...
so Birdman's back in the big three.
He's back! It's true. He's out there blocking shots. He looks rejuvenated.
He does.
He wants to come back to the NBA.
I just think Dunn needs to stay healthy.
Yeah, I agree.
And not take crazy bumps. Or at least learn how to bump.
Yeah, don't smash his face into a hardwood floor this year. That'd be a good start.
He should learn how to tuck his chin.
Yeah, that'd be a good start if he could not do that. Absolutely.
He doesn't know how to tuck and roll.
Healthy Parker, healthy Levine. Could be interesting for the Bulls.
Yep.
Maybe a little bit better than 8 or 7. Maybe.
I agree. The ceiling is probably up there. Make the playoffs.
I said third.
Well, I forgot about Skip over here.
Come on, guys! I'm drinking the Kool-Aid.
Because who is like the list of teams that the Bulls like won't be better than is what? Philly, Boston, Toronto.
You think they right off the bat won't be better than Toronto?
Absolutely.
All right.
Indiana.
Why not?
Kawhi not. Well done.
Probably Milwaukee. And then that's about it, right? Miami maybe.
Last year's Milwaukee squad, but. What's going on? I mean, dude, I don't know if we got time to get into the Bucks too.
The Bucks. What the fucks?
Well, I mean, they didn't even play Jabari in the playoffs, so it's not like they lost a huge piece.
They played him in the later parts of that series, though.
Yeah,
they did,
but
and he played better. He responded to when he finally got inserted.
He did.
Yeah. I think the Bucks will win more.
He got inserted. Ooh, phrasing guy.
I think that the Bucks will win more games this regular season than
the
last. Yeah. I think that the Bucks will win more than 44 games this year, which is what they won last year.
I want to see Giannis take a. I mean. Gino thought he was going to be MVP this year, and I was like, "You're crazy." But this upcoming year, maybe the year after,
when we looked at it, Giannis was what, top 3 for Vegas betting odds.
I go Giannis. This year.
Come on, Giannis. I want to see. I want to take another step.
If the Bucks win, if the Bucks can get to 50 wins and Giannis improves on what he did last year, I could see that. Being a potential.
Who else is a solo dolo guy on their team?
Yeah, where it's like him, and then the drop off is that steep to number
Middleton, 2.
No, but I'm saying, what other guys in the league are in a situation where they're that much of a star?
Okay.
Like maybe Kawhi?
Bron.
Well, yeah, Bron now too. Yeah.
I feel like it's
but Bron has he has 3 guys that people are like.
Why aren't the Bucks are playing Giannis like Aaron Rodgers? Go get him something. Get him some help. Maybe they're waiting for the next offseason. I don't know, but it's frustrating.
They don't have any money
I was
next
going to say,
offseason.
I got bad news for you on that one. Yeah, it's going to be more of the same next year.
Deli's taking up all that money.
Because
Pastrami
2020 is like when everyone comes off the Bucks.
AJ, can I ask you a question that might hurt as a Bucks fan?
Sure.
Where are your thoughts as far as Giannis leaving?
I don't, not
Buck
that
for life.
Yeah,
Buck for
so he
life.
did tweet today.
Tweeted it today.
Hashtag Buck. You said 2K curse? Like, no way. Hashtag Buck for life. I don't know, man. I don't care that much right now. Like, I want to see this season play out. Like, he's got 3 years left on his deal. Like, I'm not thinking, if I do that, I don't enjoy sports at all then. Like, if I can't let myself enjoy seeing the greatest player on the Bucks, while he's doing it, there's no point. The Bucks aren't looking at that right now. Giannis isn't looking at that right now.
That's fair.
Why should I spend time thinking about something that people who make a ton of money to do so aren't?
They went and got him Ersan Ilyasova.
Exactly.
Because they kind of should be, because they need to figure out something to keep it
between him and Lopez. Left the perimeter locked down.
Yeah. I mean, you have.
I think the Bucks will be an improved 3-point shooting team. I think
they're going to be an improved team overall because they got an actual NBA
head coach. Exactly, that's a huge thing that I think they'll have a defensive
Holy
scheme.
Shit! Did Pizza Time make a point over there?
Pizza
Time!
I think the Bucks got all their balls on the table this year.
There we go.
They got all their pancakes with the maple syrup all over them.
All right, you're done.
The only thing that I think the Bucks have to do basically is they have to 2 years from now, before Giannis is going into the last year of his deal, kind of take his temperature, and if he's willing to go for it with another group, because that's basically what they'll have to do at that point. And I think you do it. If he does the John Wall thing where he'll sign the 4-year, $200 million extension, no brainer for the Bucks. I mean, that's a lot of money for Giannis.
That's how John Wall getting that paper.
Yeah, I was looking at that the other day. John Wall is I was when is he a free agent? Not till 2023, and he makes $48 million the last year of that deal. Whoa. Yeah, that's
Guys, Trey's getting really upset that we're not reading his messages.
How did I disappear?
Did
you guys read my messages?
We just did. We discussed everything in those messages. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of.
How about make a point and we'll read it?
Yeah.
Thank you for talking about it, Bull.
Yeah. Yeah. Pizza times, brother.
Thank you for listening, Pizza Times, brother.
Uncle Trey.
Oh man, but I'm not sure I got much more to talk about the Bull.
Do we want to move into FIFA World Cup?
Not really.
How many of us have watched it, Brian?
Handball.
Is that a thing?
I don't know. I mean, that was the discrepancy, wasn't it?
Oh, John, you know what I got on my YouTube TV saved right now?
What's that?
World's Strongest Man.
Oh, nice.
New one's coming out in a week, man. 2018.
Yeah, new season.
I'll have a full report for everyone here.
Is your boy still in it? Bjornson?
Magnus for Magnuson?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I think he's long retired, unfortunately. I haven't watched it in a few years. I like the 90s ones the best.
Oh, yeah, those are the best.
Yeah, I don't know if I know any of the world's strongest men anymore. There used to be a few at least.
Not by name.
Yeah, so like I said, Magnus for Magnuson. There's another Magnus Nielsen. I think there's two
the
Magnuses.
Mountain from Game of Thrones.
He's not on there.
That's not a guy.
He was in the World's Strongest Man, I believe.
But he's not going to be in this one.
No, because I think, although World's Strongest Man, you can be on all the steroids.
Yeah.
I think it's encouraged to be on
Braun
all the drugs.
Strowman going to be there?
I don't think he's big enough.
Stop flexing your World's Strongest Man muscles.
Yeah, that's by that.
No, that's a wrestler. Sounds like a strong man, though.
I was more of a fan of American Gladiators. I wonder what Laser and Blazer are up to.
They're probably in a nursing home somewhere.
We have to play the
I wonder if Ice has CTE yet.
We have to play the game where we read names and figure out if it's a guy or we have to guess if it's a guy or a girl.
Oh, for American Gladiator?
Yeah, it's
That's
a
pretty good
lot
game,
of fun.
actually.
It's really
Yeah.
hard.
That is a pretty good game. We can play that. We can play that real quick if you want.
Yeah, let's play it.
Hold on, let me pull it up here.
Man,
Yeah,
hey, shouts out.
It's on Hulu?
Really?
It's the only good thing going for
You're
Hulu.
shouting out Hulu right now?
No, but I'm saying they got American Gladiator, though.
Well, that sounds like an advertisement to me.
They got American Gladiator, man. I got to give respect.
Don't they got a MXC as well?
No, they don't. I watched that on YouTube.
That's a YouTube exclusive. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Hey, low-key, though. It's like bootleg.
What about Guts?
I don't know.
What about Global Guts?
Hey, but listen, I've been watching Iron Chef, like the OG,
Oh, that's great.
It's on YouTube, but some of them don't have sound.
Do they have subtitles?
Yes.
All right. One of the
But
best
I like
parts
the
about
voiceovers.
yeah, the voiceovers for that and in MXC are the best.
All right.
This is a great dish that you have made for us.
Yo, I hope to order this again. It's like, whoa, come on, guy.
But they talk for like 3 minutes, but they say like 8 English words. You're like, I don't know if that's a direct translation.
If I was in a restaurant, I would pay top dollar for this.
Right, you're talking about like the American Ninja Warrior, but like the old school one?
No, I'm talking about the Iron Chef.
MX. Oh no. No,
It's the same in MXC though.
okay, yeah.
All right,
No.
so I have here
It's not
the
the same.
I have the cast from the original American Gladiators, hosted by Mike Adamle.
Oh, I thought it was, what's the guy, Jeff Harvey?
That's Mike Adamle's the one who said Jeff Harvey.
Okay.
So, first of all, Laser, guy or girl?
Guy.
I bet you he has a blonde flat top.
Gym star. It is a guy. I'm not going to get into physical descriptions. I don't have time for that. fuck out of here, weirdo.
Sounds like he's got a blonde flat top.
Johnny has these on VHS.
Guile from Street Fighter.
He actually is just Blanca. Second one, Zap.
Oh, that's tough.
That's a guy.
That's a girl. That's a
Guy.
girl.
Guy.
Zap is a girl.
Damn,
You
so
can't
he's up
be a
one.
guy and be
Ray
Zap,
Howlett.
dude.
Raye,
That's not
Ray Howlett. So even her name though is a little deceptive. Hawk.
That's
Guy.
a guy.
Guy.
That's a guy.
Hawk is a guy. That's a pretty easy one.
Silky's up one.
Turbo.
Girl.
That's a
Guy.
that's a guy.
Turbo is a guy.
Yeah.
Turbo is a guy.
I'm down two.
Ice.
Guy.
Guy. That's a guy.
I'm just trying to make up points now. It's a girl.
Ice is a girl.
Oh.
Lori Fetrick. It's a girl. Nitro. These are such good names.
It's a guy all day.
Such good
Those
names.
are great names.
Nitro's a girl.
Johnny?
Guy.
Nitro's a guy.
Damn it.
Danny Lee. Gemini.
Oh, that's a girl.
Girl.
Girl, for sure.
Biggest shock. Gemini is a guy.
No way.
Gemini is Michael M. Hayes. Like, Gemini is a guy.
Hey, what's your name? What's your right name? I'm gonna go Gemini. I'm gonna go Gemini.
You know why? Because I'm a Gemini. And it just fits my character.
Sometimes I'm good, sometimes I'm not. Who knows? The Gemini.
But you know what? I'm going to go out there and I'm going to prove it to everyone that I'm the right guy for the job.
Did you read your horoscope today?
I'm the right guy for the Gemini role. Alright. Let me give you
Dude,
guys.
let me show you my driver's license. I'm a Gemini. I totally act like a Gemini too. Like today, it was said I was gonna get in front of yous, and I was gonna get the job.
It was like, there's a big opportunity coming your way, and I was like, that's today. Like,
So I'm hired, right?
the horoscope was dead accurate. Goddamn. This one's a layup, I think. This one's too. Diesel.
Dude,
It's a guy.
Dude,
Yeah, Diesel is too easy. This
Gotta
guy.
be.
Diamond.
that's a girl.
Girl.
it's a girl.
Diamond's a girl. Yeah,
Yeah.
Diamond's a girl. Blaze.
Girl.
Girl.
Guy.
It's a girl.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a girl. Sherry Pendleton.
That could be a guy.
Tower.
Guy.
That's a guy.
That's a guy.
Tower's a guy. Yeah,
Tower.
Tower's a guy.
Probably
What
hung
name
like a
is
horse.
that? There's all like cool names like Blaze, Ice.
Gemini, there's Gemini and Tower. Yeah, couple that don't quite fit the bill.
And next, building.
Crane operator.
And entering the Gladiator Dome, 2006 Volkswagen Jetta.
Come on, man. You couldn't think of more extreme words.
Towers.
All right, how about Sky?
That's
Girl.
a girl.
Girl.
Sky is a girl. Correct.
Most of these are like wrestler related.
Pretty. What about Saber?
Girl.
Girl.
Saber is a guy named Lynn.
No, it is. That's a girl.
It's
Let's
a-
see a picture.
It's a black guy who's wearing like the Japs
All right.
arms from Mortal Kombat. Okay, he has two robot arms in his picture. His IMDb picture is him shirtless with two robot arms. So either he's a double amputee, which makes him a very inspirational American gladiator, or he's just a guy that likes cosplay. I'm not
What a
sure.
great time in America.
Yeah.
This was fantastic.
And this one, man, this is the last one listed here. Lace.
Guy. Girl.
Lace is a girl. Yeah, that is. That's a couple tricky ones in there though. Couple curveballs.
Gemini.
Gemini.
Shouts out to Trey. Says loving the segment. We appreciate it.
Good on. Hey, Michael Horton, the former actor who played Gemini. If you're listening, sir, we would love to have you on.
Dude, bro. Don't bro, be on any time.
We'll pay you in sauce.
Gemini is currently 66 years old, so it might be a tough guest to get.
Whoa, he'd be fine.
He lives in Chatsworth, California, so we'll have to fly him out. But
Dude, probably still jacked.
or we can Discord him in.
I was just gonna say, and go through the same thing we go with.
He'll be like, I was on American Black.
The fadeaway.
Yeah, they used to call me Jack. Oh, shit, boys.
You see my blue eyes? Nice, huh? You like
one
that?
eye's blue, the other one's silver, because I'm a Gemini. Oh, Lord Almighty.
We gotta get all our balls back on the
I
table.
was saying, are balls are they off the table?
The marbles are knocked over, and they're everywhere.
The marbles aren't
The marble bucket is
they're
knocked
not
over.
even in the bucket right now.
The juice is in the owl's desk.
You know what they say? You got a couple birds in the bush. Shoot some fish in a barrel.
If the hamster cage is dirty, I ain't paying for it.
All right. Did we want to do World Cup or?
I'm good. I don't need to.
I just want to say it was probably one of the best World Cups.
It was a really good World Cup.
Definitely the best World Cup I've ever seen.
Yep. The left side of the bracket was like a World Cup unto itself, and then the final was a little bit of a letdown, but I think everyone kind of knew France was class.
Steroids was Croatia on, though? That's all I want to know. I feel like they're jamming steroids in each other's face at halftime of some of these games.
That and how many people on Croatia are part of like some sort of mafia affiliation. Like there's a lot of guys that look like they wear tracksuits and kill people for fun. Like
a Russian tuxedo?
Yeah. Like whenever they all have like the mousy facial hair thing, like the wispy mustache and like chin strap combo. Like
every one of them was fighting John Wick at some point in the last
very recently. I mean, I can't wait for Boban Marinovic to do the same. But
can't wait, Boban.
Midnight showing right here for me. I tell you what, it's
show outing.
Might have to be a Jabroni show outing. Yeah, exactly.
We need to get Boban jerseys from every team he's played for, though.
No,
they're cheap on most of them. I'm sure. Yeah.
AJ, wasn't there another story?
I'll just get
Can we get jersey
Chinese
shirts?
knockoffs. It's fine.
AJ,
wasn't
there
shirts?
another story involving the Sixers you wanted to talk about?
I don't. Was there?
Was it Trey who brought it up? The guy who was working on his contract. He just like nah.
Oh yeah, Trey's boy. Sorry, Trey's boy, Nemanja Bjelica. Okay, first of all, this guy was like, "All right, Philadelphia, I'll sign with you." And then a bunch of time went by, and he was like, "You know what? Actually, no, I'm not." Didn't sign his contract, and he was like, "I'm gonna go play in Europe instead." So Philly was like, "All right, whatever. What are you gonna do?" Today, all of a sudden, comes out of the woodwork, Vlade Divac was like, "Hey, you should stay in the NBA and play for the Sacramento Kings." And I was like, "Is that an upgrade over playing in Europe? Like, I don't know." So now Nemanja Bjelica might back out of his deal with Philly and his deal with Europe. I don't know if I want that kind of a guy on my team in the first place. Some kind of wishy-washy football.
I didn't hear the last part. He's going to the Kings?
The Kings. Yeah, Vlade Divac and him are like talking, and he's
what
like...
What position is this guy?
Stretch 4.
Oh, they got
it's a man after Vlade's own heart.
When you picture Vlade Divac running the Kings as a GM, do you picture his office just filled with hookah smoke and him just sitting there with the little pipe thing?
I picture hookah smoke and a desk with like 8 flip phones on it.
And he's wearing
disco, yeah.
He's a shirt that's only buttoned in like the middle, nothing above it or below it. That's it.
Does he have a different flip phone for the different GMs in the league?
Yeah, exactly.
He's only got one number saved.
They got a sticker on him?
Yep, it's my... He has to look at the logo. It's my Philadelphia flip phone. Hello.
Do you want to trade?
That's how he answers the
Hello, is this a trade?
That's how he answers the flip phone.
All my balls are on the table. I am all in with the balls on the table.
Oh my god. But yeah, so at Sacramento, like it's a Super Kings thing going on. I don't know. Like why would you even want to do it? Like why do you want to be the team that did that? It's weird.
The Kings. That's the Kings.
We're talking about teams that can't get their marbles in the bucket.
You guys.
It's another team that their marbles are everywhere right now.
Their marbles are spread out amongst different continents. They have marbles over the globe. They'll never get them in the same
They're
bucket.
dripping marble juice.
Yeah, disgusting amounts of marbles.
Oh yeah,
they're out here playing pickup sticks with their butt cheeks.
We have a few other other thoughts from Trey here on the text line.
Oh boy.
Hey,
evidently Gemini is Victor Oladipo's alter ego.
Okay.
Does anyone get the reference? Okay, all right.
I like it though. I mean, I support it.
This one's a little bit more to the point. Is George Hill gay?
Is that a question? Is that a burning question?
Okay, Josh Hader, take it easy.
Yeah,
take it easy on the text line there, Haterade. Yeah, and then Trey confirming.
Trey's gonna have to be suspended.
Yeah, Trey confirming.
Definitely.
Belize is my boy. He choked out Aaron Aflalo last year. YouTube it. So you out there, if you're watching, if you want to YouTube Nemanja Bjelica, good luck spelling it.
Aflalo got pumped.
Yes, if you want to see him punk Aaron Aflalo, that's out there for you. So it's good. It's a good time right there. And then you can have all of your marbles in the bucket.
Uncle Treybo better be happy we're reading his comments.
Yeah, I say we're trying. We're doing our best here.
Dude, I'm not upset. I just didn't hear it.
So, boys, anything else before we call it a day here?
2 in the hand is worth 6 in the barrel.
I think that's what Johnny told us earlier.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Defense is half the game.
Defense.
There's 2 seasons in the NBA.
But we later confirmed that there are 4.
There are 4.
It was later found to be a lie.
Shout out to the fake Herm Edwards for showing up today.
You play to win the game.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
Some people actually just play for the check.
Yep. This was good. This was good stuff, though.
I like it.
We should do this more often. You know.
Yeah, we should.
Maybe try it again in the near future. You know.
We should have bowling
about
outings where we do a podcast.
Podcast for the lanes. I'm in.
You can hear how fast we whip it down those lanes.
That sounded like a solid 18 miles an hour.
I'll tweet my speed.
Oh, yeah.
Johnny, did you pay for bumpers?
Of course.
Yeah.
Johnny's the only human I've ever seen in my entire life to get a strike in the other lane.
Just hopped out of the gutter into another lane.
All his balls are on the same table there.
It hopped. I think you initially just threw it in the wrong lane.
I think it got stuck in my fingers or something. I was really young, I believe.
I think he threw it like either in the
airmailed
wrong
it?
lane or it hit his lane once and bounced over.
God.
He got a strike in the other lane. It wasn't even on or anything.
I'm sure that was very popular for the staff at that bowling alley. I'm sure they were really happy about that.
Johnny used to use like 4-pound balls.
Oh my god.
Now I use the heaviest ball you can use it and use 2 hands, throw it as fast as you can, and spin it. It works.
Remember when Dad got his ball taken away? It
It's too late, yeah. We were up north. And that is a good one, actually.
They came in. It was like we were up in this super dive up north, and it was like, you were with us.
I was with you.
It was 4 lanes, and Dad got his ball taken away.
By the way, Dad is a friend of ours. He's not actually our dad.
No.
We don't all have the same father.
No.
Shocking. Shocking.
He said it like, and Dad got his ball taken away.
We called him Dad.
Oh, Dad. What are you doing?
No, it's true. The gruff up north bowling alley owner was like, you can't use that. I was like, damn, he fucking called you out.
And he took it. Yeah. And he walked away.
And we don't do a damn thing about it.
And he put him in timeout.
And Jake's like, that ball is like the right size.
It's like a 12-pound, yeah.
We don't use 12-pound balls around these parts. You
must
grabbed a 16 or you ain't bowling.
You must not be from around these parts.
Get out of
What'll
here,
it be,
snowflake.
bush or bush light?
Or Bush Extra.
Oh no, you gotta get out of there. You're in the danger zone, my friend. If a place is offering Bush Extra, get the fuck out. Go home immediately. It's not worth it.
Oh, boy.
Oh shit. All right, boys. Well, like I said, it's been a good time. I think we're about over and out here. But thanks for listening, Jabronis.
2 claps and a whoop.
Yep. Check us out on the listen where you listen, as always.
Sorry, I was late on that. I was real late on that.
We'll be tweeting out some links later tonight. I am your host, AJ Firstenow, joined tonight by
Silky.
Gonzo, 1323.
Hot Ready 69.
Hot ready, check.
Pizza time.
And James.
Pizza time.
See you next time, Jabronis.
Peace out.